I've always loved music, even more than I've loved diamonds, to be honest. And when I was growing up, even though neither of my parents are professional musicians, there was always music being played in the background. And I even remember the very first piece that I learned to play, which my dad taught to me. It goes like this. Even after 20 years, I still think it's a really pretty piece. And like the thing I introduced with, was very lyrical. Just about all of us like music, but we don't really think about why. We just take it for granted. But why do we like it so much? Why is it so appealing? And what makes something like this sound nice to us, but something like this sound not so nice? Well, it turns out that we just like patterns and order. So if I play a simple scale, when we look at the physics of the sound and how those notes relate to each other, in terms of the frequency of the sound waves, they're always in these exact proportions or multiples. And we can take these notes and we can put them into a melody. We can take these notes and we can stack them on top of each other to make harmonies. And then we can also combine that together with a rhythm. Yep. All right, so suddenly it becomes something we recognize. It immediately grabs our attention. And that's because those three key elements, the melody and the harmony and the rhythm, are all highly organized. Just like the notes in the scale, those harmonies are in specific proportions, and those rhythms are ordered within sort of strict beats and a larger framework. For us in general, it's fair to say the difference between music and noise can come down to the fact that there's a level of organization and structure there. In general, patterns and structure are just about universal in their aesthetic appeal. It doesn't really matter whether we find them in music, in visual arts, in mathematics or science, or in a diamond. We have here an example from architecture. Now, if I were to describe this, it's classically inspired. I could talk about its clean lines, I could say it's got symmetry, and I could talk about the balance in its form. But I could use those exact same words to describe a piece of music that's written by Mozart. Humans are hardwired to like qualities such as symmetry and order. And this is really easy to appreciate when we come to the next slide. Now, I saw snow for the first time, proper snow, just a few weeks ago in Aspen. And when the first flake came out of the sky and it landed on my finger, not only could I understand how tiny it was, but its absolute perfection really blew my mind. It was a wow moment. And we see one of those snow crystals on the left here, but on the right we see something that's been generated by a purely abstract mathematical formula. Now, we can definitely see the similarities between those two pictures, but we don't actually have to know or understand the underlying mathematics in order to find it beautiful. And as we're beginning to get a better understanding of the natural world, what we're starting to realize is that we don't just happen to think things are beautiful. There are usually deeper and more fundamental reasons as to why we appreciate such things as music. Thank you.